Today, we're diving into the diverse backgrounds of the Revolutionary Army members and the tragic past they carry, uncovering foreshadowing and insights. Are you aware of the enigmatic past of Monkey D. Dragon and the true intentions behind the Revolutionary Army he founded? Labeled the world's most wanted criminal, Dragon is also known as Luffy's father, and his motivations and goals remain shrouded in mystery. The Revolutionary Army's members, drawn from various races and standings, are united by a strong dissatisfaction with the world government. Their actions are distinct from those of pirates, targeting the world government more directly for overthrow. In this video, we'll explore these themes through detailed research and analysis. If you find a theory you like, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you've got opinions or other theories about this video, share them in the comments. Just a heads up, this video contains spoilers up to the latest episodes, so watch at your own risk. Let's get right into it. First up, let's talk about Monkey D. Dragon, the supreme commander of the Revolutionary Army and the man who kick-started the whole organization. He's known as the world's most heinous criminal, son of Garp and father to Luffy. Dragon has made several appearances, but his combat scenes are yet to be revealed, making him a man of mystery. However, being the leader of the Revolutionary Army, his strength is unquestionable. During the Summit War, when Luffy unconsciously unleashed his Conqueror's Haki, Garp commented, "So he was born with it." And Ivankov noted, "You can't fight blood." This suggests that Dragon might also possess the ability to wield Conqueror's Haki. Yet his demeanor is unlike the optimistic or easygoing nature of the two. He exudes charisma and seems to command authority at the helm of the organization. Having connections with personalities like Vegapunk and O'Hara's Dr. Clover hints at significant story developments ahead. We can expect more revelations about Dragon's combat abilities in future chapters. Moving on, let's shine a spotlight on Sabo, the Chief of Staff of the Revolutionary Army. He's the sworn brother of Luffy and Ace, born into a noble family. But Sabo despised his noble roots, especially after learning that the nobles orchestrated the devastating fire at Great Terminal. Rescued by Dragon, he confessed his shame at being born a noble. The Great Terminal incident hastened Sabo's departure to the sea ahead of schedule. However, his ship was sunk by a cannon attack when he crossed paths with a Celestial Dragon ship at the Goa Kingdom. Sinking into the depths, Dragon saved him, and he received care on a Revolutionary Army ship. But Sabo lost his memories, even forgetting Luffy and Ace. Had he remembered, the outcome of the Summit War might have been different. The only thing he retained was his desire not to return to the Goa Kingdom, leading him to join the Revolutionary Army. While training with the Revolutionary Army, Sabo regained his memories after seeing a news article about Ace during the Summit War, and he later reunited with Luffy at Dressrosa. He wields the powers of Ace's Flame Fruit and the mighty claws of the Dragon Claw Fist style. Sabo overpowered Burgess, seemed at ease in the Colosseum battles, and I'd say he's got the strength of a 4 Emperor's second in command. He's held his own against Fujitora, proving he's a force to be reckoned with. As the second in command of the Revolutionary Army, Sabo has stirred up the world stage, infiltrating Mary Joie, uncovering the secrets of the throne, and initiating the 8-nation revolution that led to his moniker Flame Emperor. The world government has taken notice, intercepting his communications and marking him as a threat. As someone privy to the secrets of Imu and the true nature of the 5 Elders, Sabo is a pivotal figure to watch in the unfolding story. Next up, I'm taking you through the grand world of Emporio Ivankov, the army commander of the Grand Line. This miracle person first made a splash as the Queen of Nukama Land in Impel Down's level 5.5. Ivankov wields the powers of the Horm fruit, masterfully controlling hormones to change a person's gender, heal, and enhance fighting abilities with a burst of adrenaline. These versatile skills not only saved Luffy from Magellan's poison, but also showed Ivankov can throw down with the best of them, even holding their own against a pacifista version of Kama. This suggests Ivankov's strength could be on par with or exceed that of the 7 warlords. Then there's the enigmatic Death Wink, an attack delivered by the mere force of a blink, still shrouded in mystery. Indeed, Ivankov dominated Sanji in the Kambaka Kingdom, displaying a level of power that rivals the 7 warlords. Sure, Sanji wasn't using Haki at the time, but the point still stands. A founding member of the Revolutionary Army, Ivankov is a trusted confidant of Dragon. Despite his flamboyant exterior and behavior, he brings a wealth of knowledge and experience to the table. However, the source of Ivankov's vast knowledge hasn't been made clear. But as revealed in Chapter 1095, Ivankov endured slavery under the Celestial Dragons. Every 3 years, during native hunting competition held by the Celestial Dragons, Ivankov was taken to God Valley as a slave. Given that God Valley is considered a taboo in the world, Ivankov might hold some crucial information. Notably, at that time, Ivankov didn't use the word Vatashi, suggesting he either hadn't eaten the Horm fruit yet or chose not to use its powers. There could be an intriguing backstory to Ivankov's transition to who he is now. The Straw Hat Crew has some intense histories, but the Revolutionary Army's past seems to be on a whole other level of intense. Let's move on to Ivankov's right hand, the Vice Commander of the Grand Line Army, Inazuma. Inazuma's appearance switches between male and female, adding a layer of mystery to the character. Inazuma has the powers of the Snip Snip fruit, transforming his arms into scissors that can cut and reshape anything as if it were paper. I guessed from the club-like hairstyle that it's a play on the English word crab with the club, a little joke there. In Impel Down, Inazuma bought time with their powers against Magellan, and during the Summit War created paths for Luffy, showcasing their pivotal role. Without Inazuma, reaching Ace would have been impossible. In terms of combat, they might not seem very strong, especially considering the formidable opponents faced. However, Inazuma's quick response to commands and ability to create paths during the Summit War speak volumes about their tactical support skills. Ivankov has said Inazuma is vital to the Revolutionary Army, and it's clear they share a strong bond of trust. And now on to Karasu, commander of the North Army. Contrary to his intimidating look, his hobby is volunteering. Normally his voice is so soft it's indecipherable without his beak-like mask's amplifier switched on. And he gets pretty heated if you bring up how quiet he is. As an army commander, he's demonstrated high competence. When Peachbeard under Blackbeard's flag attacked Lulusia, Karasu cleverly used his powers to disarm the enemy. Even in the tough environment of Mary Joie, he outmaneuvered an admiral, contributing to the mission's success. Karasu wields the powers of the Suit fruit. Before his powers were revealed, there was speculation about him having a bird fruit model crow or being a zone type. With his suit manipulation, it seems like a special paramecia similar to the Mochi fruit with Logia type abilities. Definitely excited to see what he does next. Next up is Giron, Vice Commander of the North Army serving under Karasu. Giron has been spotted munching on a telescope, which hints he might be a devil fruit user. But remember, Wapol, the user of the Munch fruit, is still kicking around. Some fans speculate Giron's powers might involve microbes because they can break down and consume iron. And Giron's name might derive from gliron, a substance that decomposes organic matter like grass. If he can indeed disintegrate iron, he'd have an edge against swordsmen, similar to the powers of the rust fruit, right? Moving on to Lindbergh, the commander of the South Army, quite the inventor who brings his tech into battle. Seen soaring with his backpack device and wielding a cool shooter to freeze targets, he's like Usopp, seemingly craft anything. Considering Frankie's innovations, Lindbergh's tech might just be what you'd get if you mixed Usopp with Frankie. Lindbergh is a feline mink, and it's highly likely he can transform into a Sulong on a full moon. He's not just about gadgets, his raw combat skills seem top-notch too. Remember Chopper's concoction that allows a mink to transform at will? As an inventor, Lindbergh might be working on something along those lines. Next, let's talk about Gambo, Vice Commander of the South Army under Lindbergh. His design might be inspired by Humpty Dumpty, from that English nursery rhyme. It's based on the King of England, and many of you might have seen it in English textbooks. With tales of war woven into the story, it's possible that Gambo, maybe a king or noble, joined the Revolutionary Army after being saved by them. His name is thought to come from Gamble Casino, suggesting he might be a bit of a gambler at heart. Lastly, we have Bello Betty, the commander of the East Army. Wielding the power of the Pep fruit, she can rally her allies and unlock their potential. Her tough talk might throw you off, but her true nature shines through when she refuses to abandon the downtrodden or praises her comrades after a victory. Calling everyone trash, but in a caring way, that's a lovable contradiction, isn't it? We haven't seen Betty in combat, but her ability to engage the citizens in rebellion aligns perfectly with the Revolutionary Army's mission. Let's dive into Bello Betty's right hand, the Vice Commander of the East Army known as Ahiru. Ahiru's rocking a prosthetic left arm. There's buzz that Ahiru might be an ex-Marine, given his name is a bird's name. Though it's not a hard rule having Kuina and Aisa, there's a trend with female Marines in One Piece having bird names. That's why it said Ahiru might be a foreshadowing of an ex-Marine. There are Hina, Hibari, Hujaku, and Sura. That's a whole flock. So could Ahiru's name hint at her Marine past? It's a bit of a stretch since bird names aren't a solid tell, and she's only popped up briefly. But hey, Smoker and Toshiki questioned the Navy in Alabasta, and Garp straight up calls the Celestial Dragons trash. So maybe Ahiru got fed up with the Navy or its Celestial Dragon overlords and joined the revolution. If this theory flies, Ahiru might be soaring back to take down the government on her own terms. Next on deck is Morley, the West Army commander. This character's a bundle of quirks, sporting a beard, miniskirt, and a flamboyant way of speaking, not shy about flirting with the boys. His devil fruit power is the push-push fruit, which lets him shove aside anything in his path. Remember how he reshaped the ground at Mary Joie, even crafting space underground? Yep, he's the mastermind behind Impel Down's level 5.5, where fellow Okama Ivankov set up shop for New Kamaland. Hard to picture now, but Morley used to be a notorious pirate causing a ruckus until he got locked up. He busted out using his powers, and after getting tangled in some incident, he's recently enlisted with the Revolutionary Army. He stood his ground against Admiral Ryokugyu at Mary Joie, hinting at some serious combat chops. Being a giant with such a tricky ability, he's not someone you'd want as an enemy. Rounding out Morley's crew is Ushiano, the vice commander of the West Army. With horns and a name like that, he's likely a bovine mink. But he's got a different vibe from the mink we met from Zoo. Zoo's minks can chat like regular folks, but Ushiano sticks to simple words. It's kind of like he missed out on a proper upbringing, kind of like how toddlers speak. Also, no sign of the mink's traditional Garuchu greeting, which is odd. Since he's with the Revolutionary Army, there's a chance he's from a poor country or was once enslaved. That wraps up the rundown of the top brass and the Army heads and deputies. Time to spotlight a founding member of the Revolutionary Army, Kuma. I'll keep it brief since there's a lot to say about him. Kuma, a former king of the Sorbet Kingdom and a member of the 7 Warlords of the Sea, was originally a slave. Likely saved by Ivankov, he was rescued from the God Valley incident. Kuma hails from the long-suffering tribe of the Buccaneers, forced into slavery by the world government. Kuma had come to God Valley as a rabbit to the native hunt competition, where he likely made his escape and bumped into Ivankov, which could have been the seed for the later formation of the Revolutionary Army. The threads leading back to God Valley are fascinating, aren't they? Moving on to Koala and Hack from Dressrosa. Koala, once a slave herself, was saved by the fishman Tiger. Tragically, right after her rescue, Tiger was taken down. She was too young and freshly freed to help then, but that sparked her to join the Revolutionary Army. Koala has grown within the ranks and now is a master of fishman karate. Her bond with Sabo is also pretty remarkable. Hack is often seen with Koala, and he made his appearance in Dressrosa, joining the fray in the Corrida Coliseum. His honorable fighting style, like refusing to hit an unsuspecting Bartolomeo without warning, really makes you root for the guy. The Revolutionary Army is now shaking the world, declaring war by targeting the symbols of the celestial dragons. Even admirals from the Navy are on the move. It's a melting pot of nobles, kings, giants, and fishmen, all united against the world government. With Dragon as Luffy's father, Sabo as his sworn brother, and Kuma as a benefactor to the Straw Hats, it's not hard to see the upcoming clashes with the world government involving the Straw Hats too. Robin got a boost from the Revolutionary Army during her 2-year training, Sanji's made peace with Ivankov, and there's a connection between Nami and Koala through their fishman ties. With the Straw Hat Grand Fleet stirring up trouble in Mary Joie, a team-up with the Revolutionary Army seems more than possible. Keep an eye on the Revolutionary Army, they're a force to be reckoned with. That's all for today. This channel posts summaries, explanations, and ranking videos related to One Piece. If you like One Piece, we would be happy if you could support us by subscribing to our channel and commenting. Thank you for watching till the end. See you in the next video.